Honey badgers are not only fearless, indestructible creatures, but they're also extremely clever. Today, you'll learn more about Stoffel and his insane escapades that will make you question your own intelligence. Stoffel's journey begins when he was raised by a farmer, but his energy and intelligence proved to be too much to handle. Luckily, Brian Jones, a skilled wildlife conservationist, came to the rescue and provided Stoffel with a home at the Mahola Hola Wildlife Rehabilitation Center in South Africa. And his insane problem-solving skills would soon prove to be a real challenge for Brian and his staff. Honey badgers are very intelligent animals, and therefore need a lot of stimulus just to stay sane. So when bored, Stoffel would naturally try to find things to do. And in this case, that was the thrill of escaping. In order to subdue Stoffel's desire to escape, Brian gave him a completely new pen and introduced him to a female honey badger named Pammy. However, his attempt was futile because Stoffel quickly taught her all of the tricks of the trade, and they became an unstoppable duo. The intricacy of their legendary escapes is also mind-boggling. The most impressive escape was the front gate escape. Stoffel would hold the door while Pammy climbed up and opened the locks one by one. And only once Pammy descended would they make their grand escape together. I mean, seriously, the level of intelligence required for this covert operation is noteworthy. But what's even crazier is that they would escape just to seek out and mess with an entire pride of lions. Then they'd return home, only to do it all over again the next week. Now, Brian knew he had to come up with something drastic to keep Stoffel from disrupting the local wildlife.
I have permission to engage the target.
So, he built Stoffel his very own honey badger-proof Alcatraz prison. Picture this: 4 giant concrete walls stretching deep into the ground, making it impossible for Stoffel to dig his way out. It also now has wires going all the way around the top, so climbing out is futile. But trust me, designing this enclosure was no piece of cake. In Stoffel's first escape, he climbed up a tree at the center of the enclosure, bent it over the wall, and boom, freedom achieved. Brian promptly removed the tree, but Stoffel wasn't deterred. He started digging up rocks in his enclosure, and get this, built an actual staircase to freedom by rolling them to the edge of the wall. The determination and construction skills of this badger was unbelievable. Brian thought he had Stoffel cornered after removing all the rocks, but oh boy was he wrong. Stoffel managed to escape several more times, leaving Brian scratching his head for weeks. Finally, the mystery unraveled when Brian caught Stoffel red-handed. Turns out Stoffel had taught himself how to use tools like shovels, rakes, and even tires to break free. He had put them on his back and aligned them perfectly in the corner of the enclosure before climbing them like a ladder. After witnessing this genius in action, Brian warned his staff never to leave maintenance tools inside the enclosure. After this final precaution, they finally thought they could relax, believing that there is no possible way for Stoffel to escape. But guess what? Stoffel is playing chess, not checkers. And on one rainy day, the dirt in Stoffel's pen turned soft, and our sneaky friend saw an opportunity. He rolled together balls of dirt and stacked them just high enough to climb over the wall. The fact that Stoffel is teaching himself this on his own is remarkable. Most primates wouldn't even think of this. This escape forced Brian to make the final adjustment: an overhanging wired fence along the entire length of the wall's top. And so far, it seems to be doing the trick. Stoffel may have met his match, but who knows what other tricks this badger genius has up his sleeves in the future. If you ever enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and check out my latest video on screen. And I'll see you in the next one.